Alright, welcome back to Super Sentai Review episode 504. We're here reviewing what appears to be the 37th episode of Number 1 Sentai Gozyuger. And the episode is called Friendship Cross. Lord Kumade is a fashionista. Okay. Before I talk about the episode itself, let's talk about a big, humongous backlash on Twitter. As a matter of fact, it's big, humongous, basically like hatred toward the company who makes the show, Toei. Because it was announced the day before, yesterday, that the actors playing Gozyuger Unicorn have been fired for, get this, underage drinking. Yep, and this comes after she had been accused of sleeping with a married man who just happened to be the Gozyuger Wolf suit actor. Of course, that proved to be false. But this is basically, oh, you basically underage, you'll be fired. I'm like, that is not a reason to fire somebody for underage drinking. That's a stupid reason to fire somebody. Though it's not stated online, I'll tell you how people, what they think the actual reason why she got fired from the show, and this is what's the excuse for it, is that they're itching to fire her due to the fact she's half Filipino. Yes, I'm not kidding about that, because this actress is not 100% Japanese. Oh, let's hate her because she's not full Japanese. Despite the fact, on Gozyuger, you had somebody who was half Japanese, half white as one of the Spirit Rangers. Like, how is this okay in the early 2010s, but not okay now? I guess some people are basically still xenophobic in Japan. Yes, it's a place I've always wanted to visit, but my gosh, it is like apparently all the stuff that US basically says no to is okay in Japan, which I'm like, yeah, what is wrong with some people in Japan would think this is okay, like stuff related to molestation, rape, all this stuff. I'm like, good God. And they say this stuff is okay. Heck, apparently it's okay for a corporate executive to sexually harass a woman in Japan. Because, well, some men in Japan, some older men, are misogynist. Yep. And, oh boy, the fact that when this woman was shooting, when she got fired, there was a lot of hatred toward this. And from what I read also, her cast are still supporting her on Instagram. Yes, she has since apologized for the underage drinking thing, but why fire her? And because of that, they had to edit her out of the whole episode. You do see the Gozyuger unicorn suit for like one scene the whole episode, and you watch this episode like, where is Unicorn? Like, unless you knew about the fact the actress got fired, you probably have like, wait, where is she? Like, wait, oh, there she is. You don't see her morph for some weird reason. So, here's how the episode goes. So, we open up with seeing Tao Jun, which is the first time I've seen her since episode 33 of the show. Yes, seriously. Where she is making a brand new character, Ribbon, Bouquet's little sister. And she gives basically sweet, and she pokes on, sweet candle and Mr. Nice like fangs, and and he also says something about fire candle leaving lines. And then she leaves, and I'm like, where's the ring hunter? No, seriously, where the heck is the ring hunter? Is in this episode? No. By the way, also, we do not get a new Sentai ring. Nope. Nah. Well, we do get kind of one new one. well, later on in the episode, when Gozyuger Wolf is basically becoming Live Man. Actually, he was actually Jetman briefly for one scene. So then we're randomly introduced to no one fashion monster who takes people's clothes and gives them black. Oh, because it's like, oh, this is not fashion. He basically is like a fashion guy. And then, of course, Wolf tries to give people free clothes because their clothes sold by a monster as being polite. He is immediately fired by his boss. Yep. Oh, and by the way, what do basically... Oh, yeah, we have everybody do a fashion show. And I'm like... Why can't we see the pretty woman here? Oh, yeah, because she got fired. So they have everybody try to get every stuff on. And then... By the way, also... Polar briefly transforms to save some kids. And then his coat is randomly stolen. And then somehow... Ribbon gets her hands on it, which I'm like, how the heck did she get her hands on that coat? And then we have a little fight sequence where, oh, let's everybody morph very quickly, mind you. It's like, yeah, put in the ring. Don't do a prop morph sequence. Nope, don't do that. And challenge the fashion guy, and then they fight. Oh, look, there's Unicorn. And then we have randomly just. This stuff happens. So, Wolf becomes a Jetman, briefly, and then Ribbon summons basically one of their robots, and then, get this, 50 Orca shows up. You're like, wait, Orca? Yeah, where the heck this thing has been is, like, the Orca Zord. Like, where the heck this thing has been? Like, oh yeah, it's been a while. Which, by the way, last time we've seen, episode 34 of the show. So it's been 3 episodes. And then we have them basically merge to become the actual Tengu sword. Which, yeah, this particular mech, first time it's been seen since episode 24. Yes, you heard me correctly. First time since 24 we've seen this combination mech beats the thing. And then afterwards, randomly, it's like, oh, Ribbon gives him the coat. Oh, by the way, also the bear. Yeah, he just finds the coat, gets a brief scuffle with Ribbon, and then then he goes back to the Half Century Cafe, where they stitch a coat, like, oh, this is our Sunday best. And then later on, we have I Kid You Not. And I'm like, where the heck have you been? Because at the end of the episode, and I do not know why in the world that for some reason they decided to wait so long to okay, there's a mech. Okay, yeah, here's Goldie Byrne. Here's something. Okay, so how long has it been since we've seen this guy? Here's the weird thing about this guy. So no one has seen this particular mecha. I feel as though it's been a while. Apparently, it did kind of briefly appear in the previous episode, and oh, by the way, when the creature's defeated, you have this random fashion guy come out. Who this guy is, don't know. And then, oh, by the way, they dubbed over the lines said by the actress who originally was Gozyuger Unicorn by an actress by the name of Azuki Madiwa. I heard a voice like, "Oh, you're not Go's Unicorn. I can tell by basically listening to your voice. You are not her at all. You are not Maya Inamori." Yeah. It seems weird, though, that, oh, we have all these Sentai rings, only Wolf manages to become Jetman briefly for, like, one scene. Oh, by the way, any change in basically new rings? Nope. Do not know the reason for this at all. Also, no preview for the next episode. Yeah, apparently they delayed episode 38 until 2 weeks from now. For some reason. Oh, we have to do all this editing to edit out an actor so you just fired. Yeah. So I'm watching this episode, I'm like, okay, we get a little development for Polar and his little bear droid and his little bear Zord, and the big one, he makes a quick cameo at the end. But aside from these two things, I'm watching this episode like, what was the plot of this episode? Oh, we have some random fashion stuff. Oh, and in case you're wondering, do we get any plot development for the series? Well, aside from the debut of Ribbon, we get practically nothing. Yeah, this is pretty much a literal filler episode. At least the last episodes, despite the fact the rest of the cast didn't do anything, at least those episodes were good. This episode was just nothing. A lot of nothing this episode. So, by far, out of 37 episodes of this whole series, this episode gotta be by far, because of the stupid editing for this episode, has got to be the worst episode of the whole series. Yes. That is my honest opinion. 37 out of 37. Of all the episodes aired, this one is terrible. Yes. And I do know about the fact that, well, apparently this series is going to be the last one. Yes, believe it or not, this is going to be the final Super Sentai series. The 49th series, mind you. 50 team overall. And apparently its replacement is going to be Universal Heroes. But apparently next year, that's not what's coming to take its place immediately. Nope. For some weird reason, and I just heard about this just today, apparently, get this, Toei is doing a remake of Space Sheriff Gavin. Which I'm like, why? Why would they make a remake of Space Sheriff Gavin? I'm sure it's still widely available on DVD. I'm sure it's available here in the US. I don't own it per se, but I know it's available here. It was released several years ago. It's not like recently they're releasing like other Metal Hero series, like, though they have skipped a few of them. Like the first three have been released here, and I know Jaspion was released here on streaming, but not released DVD. So the only ones I can think of not released DVD has been Jaspion, Spielmon, Metalder. I think they skipped Jiraiya as well, but basically the last, like, I would say the last four were not released here for Showa, but the Heisei, it's been just, well, Mobile Cop G-Bond, Gem Person, recently the Rescue Trilogy just got recently, they just announced like, oh, part 3 is coming out here, but the rest, who knows? But Sentai is also a complete, like, up in the air, because legally, because of course they can't release any more here, because here's the, if you find Sentai on Toei, which, not Toei, Tubi, You can apparently can watch from Jetman up until Hurricaneger. Yep, that's as far as you can watch online from official Shop Factory sub. Why in the world they haven't released any more on it, I don't know. The last two officially released were 5-Man and Deca Ranger. And you would think, oh, obviously the next two would be Turbo Ranger and Magi Ranger. You get the fact that they keep going like one in the past, one forward, and they haven't released it yet. Yeah, there's apparently some legal stuff related to that one. But despite the firing, I will kind of continue watching the series. The older series I enjoy, but I'm going to still watch those. This one, well, I'll watch whenever it comes out. Yeah, so don't expect basically a review for this one next week, but do expect basically when it comes back. Not this coming, but the following week. Yeah, expect to basically see that, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, to notifications. So, next up, I'm probably going to save for tomorrow at this point, given how late it's getting right now. It's like 10:30 where I am right now, so I'm going to save for tomorrow, okay? But next video, bye.